Hey everybody, Kevin Browning with Campus Recreation again. Thanks for tuning in. This video is going to be talking about low back health. If we stay in a chronic posture for too long, specifically on a chair that's really not maybe the most ergonomical because we're at home and we don't have our normal office chairs. So I'm going to share with you some 4 key exercises that are going to promote abdominal strengthening, lumbar spine strengthening, which is going to help us hopefully prevent, if not get better at mitigating low back pain. The first exercise is a spinal floss or a pelvic tilt. On a quadruped position, hands and knees, I'm going to lift my tail up if I had a tail, and then I'm going to tuck my tail in. Lift my tail up, tuck my tail in. Some people call these cat cows, cat camels. I'm never sure which one of these is which. Like an angry cat would be like this, but I'm not sure how this is a cow either. But anyway, we're flossing our spinal segments, right? Our lumbar spine or our spinal segments in this horizontal or rather perpendicular plane to gravity have to go like this all the way down the line of our spine. You don't need very many reps, but that's just going to move, it's going to push your discs around a little bit. And as your nerves exit each vertebrae, they're going to have to kind of slide back and forth through the holes, through the foramen that they exit, and that's good for them, as long as it's not in too high of a dose. So we only need 5 to 10 reps, purposefully moving. From there, we're going to go into what's called a modified crunch. This is going to activate our anterior core, or our rectus abdominis. This is our six-pack. Everybody has one. We're going to turn that on, which is good for us. It's good for strengthening. One leg is going to be bent, and both feet on the ground, hands on the ground. Sit up, or attempt to sit up, or slide your hands forward. And I don't have to. This is as far as I can go. If I try to go a little further, my feet have to move, and I don't have to go that far. So modified curl up, I slide my hands forward. This is active. I can support my head from here if I need to. I'm going to hold for about 7 seconds and then relax. I curl up, hold for about 7 seconds, and then relax. Another thought on this, pretend like I have a string attached to my sternum. That string is going to lift up rather than curl down. There, I get too much crunchy in my neck. I want to lift up, and that's as high as I get. Both feet are in contact with the ground. My stomach is active. I'm going to hold for about 7 seconds, and then relax. If you can do 5 to 10 reps of that, keep an open airway, breathe through the duration of that movement. That'll turn on and help strengthen your anterior core. Next, we're going to go back to a quadruped position, and this is called a bird dog, and it's going to strengthen our posterior core, so our backside, from our shoulders all the way down through our lumbar spine, all the way down through our glutes and our hamstrings. If I reach my right arm forward, I'm going to also extend my left or opposite leg, but I'm going to get long from my foot through my hand and hold for about 7 seconds, and then relax and transition smoothly and slowly to the other side. And there's no large purpose to do this for longer than 10 seconds, because when a muscle is contracted, all of the blood vessels get constricted when the muscle around it contracts, and so there's reduced blood flow to that active muscle. But if we have a contract, relax cycle, you can imagine that blood vessel diameter expanding or dilating and then restricting. That promotes blood flow to the muscle. The contract relax cycle is important, and there's enough of a static hold inside of a 5 to 10 second hold for a strength gain to present itself. And then finally, a side plank. On an elbow with my knees bent. This is option 1. I'm going to stack myself up tall, and otherwise think tall from head to tail, and think wide from shoulder to shoulder. Lift my hips, and now I'm in a side plank. pay attention to your neck and what your head's doing. A lot of people are going to look at where their hips are, and that's fine to check it out, but once you feel like you're set up, go ahead and imagine like there's a wall right behind you, and you're going to place the back of your head on that wall, and you have a neutral spine from nose down through my sternum, through my belly button, down in between my knees. So that's your thought. You're going to hold for about 5 to 10 seconds. 7 is a good middle of the range. And then switch sides. Establish that side plank. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds. For a rep count, I would do 5 reps per side. Relax. And then come back up. Again, to create that contract, relax cycle. This particular drill is for my obliques. A little bit for my posterior chain, for the muscles on the backside, but for the muscles on the side of my core, that's going to train the bottom side. The top side, if you're up there, you'll notice is going to be off, which is okay. We're going to work one set at a time. So 5 reps each side. And there we've lubricated some joint space in our spine. We've activated our anterior core. We've activated our posterior core. And we've activated our lateral core. That movement combination is going to enhance your low back health and make you more resistant to chronic posture related injuries. Thanks for tuning in.